Hey guys, so two things. One of the things I want to do is I want to get this off my chest, and that is a lot of questions that people are wanting to know, and that is, can I sell my product on Amazon? Can I sell my product Facebook? What are funnels? How do I drive traffic? All that sort of stuff, and it's great questions, but the biggest issue that we all have, and I've done it myself, is we tend to take on too much because we want to be on Amazon because we hear about people making sales on Amazon, people making $30,000-$40,000. I mean, a lot of it's bullshit. Come on, let's get real, okay? Unless you got a really good product, and there's some guys in my group that are making 30, 40, 50% margins. Great. But they've also got a product that they can sell for 70, $80, and they're buying it for 20. They've got the margins in there. So you really have to break it down and say, okay, if I had $1,000 in $20 bills and I was going to spend $20 a day, and I was just going to light at $20 a day, how long before I run out of money to make sales? So if it's going on Amazon, okay, I can put a listing on Amazon, my kid can. But are you going to have a $5 budget a day? Are you, or campaign capacity is going to be $5 a day? How many keywords are you bidding on? Are you going to be doing PPCA for broad and phrase and exact match and all that sort of stuff? I mean, quickly you'll realize that it's costing me $6, $7 per sale. Now, you have a $30 item, you buy it for 10, you're paying Amazon 10, you only got 10 left, right? And so out of that 10, you're going to spend 6, so you're making $4. So you have to really calculate and really think about what you're really selling. You're selling a $12 item, you're better off putting it in a Kinder Surprise. I mean, hey, let's get real. Because it's going to cost you so much to play in the game. Now, retail. If you can make a phone call to retail like myself, can you get it in play? Can you get a dealer's order within 7 days? Sure, go for it. But I can tell you right now, it took 2 weeks to get the EDI system in place, a lot of time, a lot of data, and then it took about a month to send it in. So really it's a 4-month period. So yeah, you can get a PO for retail for $16,000, but it's going to take you 4 months, okay, to get that money back, right? And then out of that money, whatever profits you had, okay, there's no advertising, that's good. But retail, there could be a plane ride, there could be a presentation. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. Then there's, do I build a website? Do I run traffic to my website? How do I do that? Do I do what everyone else does and goes and does WooCommerce and all that? Now, I'm not saying anything bad about WooCommerce, but here's what's happened. Everyone goes to all these websites and, I saw this website, I want to copy it. It's WooCommerce, it's Magento. I mean, there's all these different sites, right? $4,000 or $5,000, I can get a website. Okay, perfect, right? And then 6 months later, hey, how's the website, man? Oh, you know what? I switched over to Shopify. Oh, it's horrible. That thing was, I'm on Shopify now. Hey, well, why don't you go to Shopify first? So look at breaking it down. If it's going to Shopify, it's building a website. How much for the website? Can I manage it? Can I do it myself? I'm going to run my traffic to Facebook. How much is that going to cost? And then look at, okay, retail. How much is it going to cost me to get a guy to help me take it into retail? How much does it cost to hire a guy like myself? Or, what can I do to get into retail? What can I do to get into television? Am I willing to give up a Thursday and a Friday to go for a meeting in New Jersey in the middle of winter and jump in an Uber with a whole lot of product and wonder if I've got my presentation right? There's a whole lot of aspect to that. And then, okay, hey, I've still got my day job, but I'm willing to give up a couple of weekends, even though I got kids, I got T-ball, I got all this other crap going on. Am I willing to drop off the kids to grandparents, daycare, or whatever on the weekend, or throw them in church for the weekend, and go and sell, set up on a Thursday night and go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 16 hours on your feet at a home show, a boat show, a trade show. Okay. I mean, that's what I did. I mean, I went to a boat show and trade show because it was easy for me to give up the weekends because I was making money as a contractor during the week. That's what paid the bills. That's what kept the house, the roof on, and it kept my wife happy because even though my wife is so invested in what I do right now, hey, Mother Bear needs her cave, man. Guys, you need to realize that whether it's your husband or your wife, you know, you're doing it for them. You're doing it for the family. Their vision and the way that they think about your product is usually different to what you're thinking about it. So you really got to be smart about this, but you don't want to have it stuck into a hobby. So find out what can get you the sales as quick as possible. And I can teach you certain stages. There's certain stages, 5 steps that I go through, in order to prove the concept, prove the sales. And then, of course, you know, we haven't even touched base on how much product you're bringing in. You know, do you have your logistics in place? Is it getting shipped to your warehouse? Is it getting shipped to your, you know, to your garage? You know, I mean, hey, ship it to your garage. I mean, ship it to your garage and put it in your truck and go down to home shows, go down to market shows, sell it. If people are not willing to pull out their money on a weekend at a home show or a trade show, or even, you know, buying fruit and vegetables and see your product, and they're not willing to pull out the money to do that, then really don't spend any more than $500 in products. I mean, don't just shelf it. But it works 2 ways. You want to get feedback. You want to understand, and this is one of the things that I do. Someone said to me years and years ago, he's like, you know what? If someone's willing to go to a boat show and a trade show and pull out $8 for a beer, you better have a bloody good product if you're going to sell it for $30. So that's what we did. We went to boat shows and trade shows and we sold out our second day at our first show. Then we kept selling out. We kept selling out. And my partner and I, we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It was on patterns and designs. And he's a financial guy, so he was more strategic, more in place, patterns, the design, protection. And I was protection too, but I knew from experience from HSN and all the networks and that is that you find out what's wrong with your product in the first year. So I wanted to sell the product and find out exactly what it was. And one of the things that happened for us was, one, we made a ton of money at the boat shows and trade shows, which gave us the revenue and the sales that got us into retail because we were able to prove 2 things. One, we were able to get off our ass and make things happen on a weekend. The buyer's like, really? You gave up your weekends? I'm like, hey, proof of concept, man. And we got sales like anyone from Shark Tank. What are your sales? Okay, sales $144,000, and we did it by starving ourselves of drinking and having fun by going to boat shows across the state and standing on our feet for bloody 16 hours a day drinking Bud Light, you know? No offense to Bud Light. But it also gave us the feedback. So the feedback was, hey, it just seems a little flimsy, or seems like this and that. And then the second year we went back to the shows, people were coming back and say, hey, there's a little rip and a little tear. We quickly realized that we need to strengthen the handle, because even though we said, hey, don't hang it on a nail or don't hang it like this, people don't understand. I mean, realistically, we don't think. There's certain things that I do that I don't even think about. And you know, we're so quick to say, oh, you know, hey, this is, you know, what's the warranty on this? Oh, we bought it 3 years ago. We didn't use it. And it's ripped. You know, I mean, all that sort of crap and bullshit. So what we did was we reinforced the handle, and then we patented the design and the shape, which worked out perfectly for us because, one, don't quote me, I think from memory it was like $1,600 to do the design and patent on that, which is fantastic, you know, versus like we would have wasted $6,000 or $7,000 and then come to find out that we would have had to do all these addendums. So, you know, lucky for me, I had people around me, I had mentors that were really in the game. I didn't spend too much time looking at YouTube and all that and seeing, you know, other stuff out there. I was actually talking to real people like myself that were in the niche. I was listening. I was understanding that. And then of course we moved from there into the website. But you know, hey, like most of us, I got sold on a website that was a WooCommerce style, and of course every website designer says that that person did a bad job, that person did a bad job. Long story short, I bought an espresso machine, which is right here, and I got into Shopify, and I built my whole Shopify site in about 12 hours straight. I mean, 11 hours longer than it should have, but I did. And it cost us $39 a month, and we drew, we ran traffic to it, and we put sales in there. But we had sales from going to the boat shows, and so we were able to fund a little bit of, advertising money to that. So think about what is the fastest way to get a return. And if that means, going onto this site, or if it means, hey, going onto Amazon, or hey, it's going into here, know your strengths and work to your strengths. Because if you know your strengths, you'll make money, and then you'll be able to learn. Don't take on 5 different channels at once unless you're advanced like myself, where you have 10,000 units coming in or 30,000 units in a warehouse, and you say, okay, I'm going to allocate this for retail. I'm going to allocate this for retail. I'm going to allocate, retail, television. I'm going to allocate this, this, and this, and then know how it all flows, and then have, your little KPIs, your key performance indicators that tell you when you need to reorder, when you need to change, and stuff like that. But it's hard yakka, man, as we say back home, and no one's gonna sell it better than you. You got to be the driving force behind it. And guys like myself, I can point you in the right direction. We can strategize something where everything's in play. But I tell you right now, I'm not going to open up my Rolodex of buyers at HSN or QVC or even some of the sharks on Shark Tank, without knowing you have your bloody shit together. Because nothing worse than making a phone call, doing an introduction, making things happen in a direction, and then you don't have product. That's where, we would obviously break that down, but you don't want to have someone do some work for you that you don't have your product, you're fighting with your manufacturer, you've got all these other issues that are going on, because it really makes everyone look bad, including myself. It makes you look bad. You start to be a disappointment. You feel like a disappointment, and you want to avoid that. So you really want to focus on where I can take my product to market, and how can I do a bloody good job at doing it, and do it in steps and stages. And if you don't even have a product, and you're still in the shower thinking about an idea, really, start finding another product on Amazon, or start finding a product that's already made, and try to sell that. Hey, you'll quickly learn if you got the balls and the strength and the focus and the vision to do this. Don't be like half these people on Shark Tank, where they think of an idea, they throw it together, they get themselves in trouble, and they think the shark's going to do it. Come on, let's get real. Mark Cuban's not going to knock on the door for retail for you. They might do an introduction here and there, but really, let's face it. Are they really going to do the work? You want to do the work. You want to use that person like myself, or even, we're talking Shark Tank, guys from Shark Tank. You want to make them proud by using their names. You say, hey, I'm working with this shark, I'm working with this shark. If they open up the doors, you got to go in there and attack, because it's their name on the door as well, or on the package, and yours as well. So stop dilly-willing around. Think about the real focus, the real product, the real direction that you want to take your product, and narrow it down. If it's going to stay as a hobby, stay as a hobby. If you're going to make $1,000 every 3 months at a show, hey, do it. Live with that. Hey, I know my next door neighbor has a friend who makes $750,000 a year just selling hot dogs at a, at a stadium. I mean, shit. If that's your deal, that's your deal. Don't try to be big dog and have, 300 products in a warehouse or in a mate's garage, and you're trying to push it into Amazon, and you're trying to push it into retail and stuff like that, because, realistically, retail's going to want more than that. So you've got to source it, you've got to find it, you've got to have all these lead times. So really understand the format. But hey, a lot of you guys don't really know that. So I understand that. It's a lot easier for me to just blat this out for 15 minutes about what you can do there. But, hey, reach out. Send me a message. I'm more than happy to jump on a call with people. Give it a bit of a breakdown, get some advice. And I'm passionate about it because I was that guy. I was that guy knocking on the doors. I was that guy trying to find out what to do and taking on so much. So, hey, you learn from experience, you learn from experience, and that's just my chemical makeup to be able to pass on, avoid people making mistakes, because it is hard work in order to to look in your kid's face or your wife's face and say, hey, honey, I just blew a whole bunch of money, and you feel like a bloody idiot, So avoid feeling like an idiot. Focus down on what you really want to do, and think hard about how much time you want to bloody give up, and then go for it. So I blabbed on enough. Hopefully that helps. And yeah, I'll put out some more videos and sort of break things down for you guys. See ya.